Newell Brands is a customer trailblazer for service. They are a family of brands that represents almost $16 billion in annual sales. And these are iconic brands that we all know and love. It's Graco products that we probably all use for our kids. And it's Crock-Pot, right? When we think of Crock-Pot, we think of amazing family dinners on a Sunday night when we're all warm and toasty inside. But what's even better is that they are leading the charge in this world of conversational service. So let's jump into a demo and take a look. Here we're looking at Todd's iPhone. So Todd is a Chicago native, and he moved here to the Bay Area. So he is so excited that his beloved Bears are going to be playing the Colts this Sunday. And he decides he's going to invite all of his other buddies in the Bay Area over to watch the game and serve them some of his famous Chicago 7-alarm chili. So he goes online right on his phone, and thanks to Commerce Cloud, he can easily purchase the Crock-Pot right from his mobile phone. He can even sign up to get push notifications from messaging apps like SMS or Facebook Messenger. Now, this is a great way for Crock-Pot to engage with him, to send him a link to track his order so he can see where it is at all times, and even let him know when this is about to arrive at his house. But this is something that we've all come to expect in today's day and age, right? This isn't anything new. What happens, though, when Todd gets his Crock-Pot and it arrives damaged from shipping? And that's what happens here. Think of the last time you had this same issue. What did you have to do? You probably had to go online, find an email address or a phone number. How frustrating is that? To ask for help. But with Salesforce Live Message, Todd jumps right back in here and continues the conversation. That's the power of this. And Crock-Pot instantly lets him know, hey, we got you covered. We're getting a new Crock-Pot out to you. But you know, the second that Todd finishes this conversation right here, he gets off of his phone and his wife says, hey, honey, we wanted to get the Wi-Fi enabled Crock-Pot. That's not the one that showed up. Did you order the wrong one? And he thinks, oh man, I forgot. Let me see if I can get this changed. He jumps right back in here and he says, hey, if it's not too late, can you switch the order and get me the Wi-Fi one? That's the one I really wanted. Now take a look at what's happening on the screen for 1 second. What does that last line say? It says connecting to a service agent. So what does that mean for the entire rest of that conversation? That's right, that means it wasn't happening with an actual service agent. This was all powered by a bot. This is part of the power of Salesforce Live Message. You can scale your service by automating these easy-to-answer, frequently asked questions. And this frees up your agents to spend their time where your customers need them most. So let's see what happens when this gets pushed over to our service agent, Scott. Scott accepts that text message conversation here, and right in his Salesforce Lightning console, he sees all the information he needs to quickly get up to speed on what Todd's issue is. He reads that entire text chain that he had, right, with the bot. So now Scott doesn't need to ask Todd what he's interested in doing. He just jumps in and he starts to help. And for Scott, this is easy. He's got all of Todd's CRM data right here at his fingertips. He can go over and look at what he previously ordered, and he can make the change to that Wi-Fi enabled Crock-Pot. He lets Todd know it's on his way, and now Todd's thinking, great, I can totally kill all of my friends with my 7-alarm chili on Sunday. This is going to be an amazing football game. But before we look away from the screen, I want you to zoom in and take a look at what's going on at the top of that toolbar. What do you see in the console? Our agent isn't having just one conversation with one customer. The power of Salesforce Live Message is that our agent is having multiple conversations with multiple customers across all of these different messaging apps, from Facebook Messenger to text, even international numbers. And that's the power of Salesforce Live Message. You can reach your customers on the channel that they want to be reached on the messaging app of their choice, and you can scale your agents, increasing their productivity, all on the customer success platform. And with that, I'm going to turn it back to Mike.
Let's give it a round of applause to Sarah.
Coca-Cola Refreshments is the largest bottler in North America, and they have a huge B2B operation. And as we heard in that video, they are using Salesforce to combine sales and service into one unified experience for their customers. And they call this Customer One. So let's take a look at how this is helping small business owners like Martha right here with us today. Let's give her a round of applause. Martha is the owner of the Moscone Outpost store. And for her, as you can imagine, Dreamforce is the busiest time of year. As she's walking around her store recovering from the lunch rush, she gets, right in the palm of her hand, a push notification from Coke, letting her know that her big weekly shipment is going to arrive tomorrow. And the timing for this couldn't be more perfect because she noticed that something is wrong with one of her coolers. Not only is she almost out of all of her Coke products, but she notices she can't get that cooler door to close. It's getting stuck. Someone must have bumped into this in the lunch rush. So where does she go when she needs help? Well, she jumps right back in and continues the conversation with Coke. She asks them for help, letting them know she needs to increase her order and letting them know about the cooler door. And because these are easy to answer questions, Coke responds back almost instantly. And they include a link to a help article that she can use to troubleshoot what's going on with that door. When she taps on that, she's taken into her My Coke community. Now, as Mike told you about, with Community Lightning Bolt, it is easier than ever for any company of any size to stand up a beautifully branded mobile community just like this. And it comes with all of the workflows and components built in. It's a great out-of-the-box solution. But what's even better than that? This is an intelligent community. Einstein is using the knowledge of who Martha is as a customer and what she's trying to do to serve up relevant knowledge articles and help topics to try to help her solve her problem. But Martha, she's gone through this one knowledge article. She's spent a bunch of time on this, trying some of these suggestions out. She's getting frustrated. She just needs this door to work. She wants to talk to an actual agent. Fortunately, Coke is using Service Cloud snap-ins to integrate all of their other help channels right at the bottom of that mobile app. That's right. You can embed not only your email, your phone, but you can even embed live video chat. And that's the one on the bottom left that Martha wants. She taps on that, and now she starts an SOS conversation with an agent back at Coke's service center. And we can see that the second our agent Porvi accepts this, it changes her entire view of what's happening in the Service Cloud Lightning console. Now, this also is customizable for whatever your business needs are. This is the power of the platform. For Coke, that means that they're putting both sales and service information at their fingertips of their agents. So on the left-hand side, we can see all of the sales information. We can see Martha's order history. And in the bottom left, that Wave dashboard component that lets her know her sales order breakdown. And on the right-hand side, this is where Einstein is powering this intelligent console experience. Predictive close time lets Porvi know she's got 2 hours to close this case. And this is based on knowledge of how long it took to solve similar cases and what Martha's SLA is. The one below this is the one I really love. This is recommended knowledge. So haven't we all had that experience where we have tried to solve an issue on our own, and then we've called in and we've talked to an agent, and they've repeated the same information to us over again? How frustrating is that? Well, never again with Einstein, because Porvi sees that knowledge article that was already pushed to Martha through the text chain, and she can even see that she just viewed it 5 minutes ago. Now, Porvi gets the entire history for the case below this. She can see the live message conversation. And because this is sales and service living together in the console, she is getting pushed recommended upsell, cross-sell offers. This is how Porvi knows that she could help Martha boost her sales if she suggested she add a new cooler to her store. This is how Coke is using all of the information they can serve up together on the customer success platform to turn agents like Porvi from a problem solver into a true business partner. So let's take a look.
Hey, Martha. Looks like you've been reading a troubleshooting article in our community. Do you need help with your cooler? Yep, Purvi, I can't get the door closed, and there are a lot of people in the store today, and I think the drinks are getting warm. What should I do?
You know, it's best if you can show me. If you tap here, that'll turn on the camera.
OK. All right, here's my cooler door, and notice it doesn't close all the way, but I don't see anything stuck.
I see that. Check out the hinge on the right-hand side. Sometimes things just get stuck in there.
No, I don't see anything in there.
Well, then look all the way up to the top. There's a hinge up in there.
I'm not very tall, Purvi. Oh, aha. Looks like somebody was thirsty. They left a bottle cap up there. OK, let's try now. Yep. All right, Purvi. I got it.
Of course. Before we go, I noticed that you've been restocking more frequently than usual. Are you interested in adding another cooler to your store?
You know, business has been pretty good, yes. How do I do that?
No worries. We got you covered. We'll have Kate, your account manager, stop by the store to help you.
Great. Thanks, Purvi.
You're welcome, Martha. Have a great day.
You too.
So what I love about this, let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. What I love about this is when I talk to all of our customers who are using SOS, they tell me, Sarah, a picture is worth 1,000 words, but this live video conversation is worth 1,000,000 words. Think of how difficult that would have been for Martha to try to solve with Purvi if she couldn't show her what was actually happening. And this is why all of our customers who've implemented SOS tell us that their agents can solve cases over 50% faster than they could without it. But for Martha, the conversation doesn't end when she ends that phone call. That's right. Purvi is going to use a macro recommended by Einstein to close out the case and create the opportunity for that new cooler. And now, when we mention Kate, the account manager on this, she can see instantly in her Customer One mobile app built on Salesforce all the information she needs to get up to speed on what Martha wants to know about. This means that when Kate walks in the door, she's not spending her time on admin work, asking Martha to repeat what she's interested in learning about. She's actually helping to drive her business forward. And when Martha decides she wants to add that new cooler to her store, with one tap of a finger, Kate can create that order using Salesforce CPQ, all right here on the customer success platform. That is the power of sales, service, marketing, and running your entire business on one unified Salesforce platform. So thanks, everyone. And back to you, Mike.
Thank you so
Connect
much.
those machines to find signals in the noise. And they can do it at massive scale. So what you're seeing here is one of those coolers connected on the IoT cloud where you can see real-time diagnostic data. You can see rich CRM data and orchestrate that data in such a way that will allow them to identify those signals, to apply automatic fixes. Or in this case, IoT has identified an issue that can't be solved, an error has been confirmed, and a case will automatically be created and routed to the service center. Now, the purpose of intelligence is to take something complex and make it easy. So let's take a look at the contact center, where John, our customer service supervisor, uses Omnichannel Supervisor to get a high-level business view of his service operation, but he can also get an agent-level view in real time. He can see his agents, what their status is, how long they're taking on certain cases, what channels are they serving. So up top, he can use service wave components to see how his business is running. He can see cases that are being served on multiple channels like phone, chat, SMS, IoT cloud, but he sees something more concerning here to the right. His agents are reaching max capacity. That means his customers might not get the level of service that they deserve. So he's going to put his agent hat on and jump right into the queue and help his agents out because he wants to be his best for his customers and for his agents. Using the Omnichannel widget, he can make himself available, and when that happens, Service Cloud will intelligently route a case to him. And here's the compressor malfunctioning case that's being served up. Once he clicks to accept that case, John is taken to the agent console. The Service Cloud Lightning Agent Console makes agents more productive by giving them the intelligence and context they need and pulling that from any back-end system, serving it up into one unified location. On the left, you can see that this is Martha Walchuk at the Moscone Outpost who's having some issues. He can go into the center of the screen to see the case feed where he gets his work done and sees that this case came from the IoT cloud. So now he's got to get to work. And here's where you can see some intelligence in action. On the right, he can see recommended actions. Einstein is automatically classifying this case as high priority. And with one click, he can accept that recommendation, and it will automatically be applied to the case. Don't look away, because Einstein is already working on the next recommendation. Did you see it? The next action that he needs to take that Service Cloud Einstein is telling him is to run a macro that will create a work order and dispatch an agent and let the customer know. Because what's powerful about this is, if you think about it, Martha, up until this point, doesn't even know there's an issue. We've already been working on her case. So with one click, he's going to accept that recommendation, and a macro will run, a set of actions all taking place in a moment. And he can see in the center and confirm that a work order indeed was created, and an SMS text was sent to Martha, let him know that Coke's on the way. So now let's take a look at the Moscone Outpost, where we've got our field service agent, Melissa. Melissa, say hi. You've got that compressor fan? OK, great. Melissa's done this before. She's using Field Service Lightning. Field Service Lightning is built on the customer success platform, and it puts the power of the entire platform into a purpose-built mobile app for any field tech or mobile worker. So right in the app, it's 100% native. It was built offline first. Melissa's route's been optimized to the location. And as she scrolls through, she can see details about the case or the work order. This is Martha. She's at the Moscone Outpost. And she can see details and click through the case if she needs to. And collaboration is built in. It's built on the platform. She's got a note from John from the service center that says, hey, the cooler that you need is by the front door on the left. As she continues to scroll down, she sees that she's intelligently being guided through that work that she needs to complete on site. She even sees a knowledge article that's being served up to her. Now field service technicians and mobile workers have the same access to information that the agents in the contact center have, or even that your customers have in the community. She's done this a million times. She doesn't need to go through the knowledge article. She knows this compressor fan issue really, really well. She scans the compressor right from her field service mobile app for inventory control purposes. And once she puts that in and gets that cooler fixed, all she's got to do is have Martha come on over and sign right in the app that her job is complete. So once Martha signs the app, signs her signature right in the app, we will see that Melissa's job is done and she can move on. But hold on a second. Actually, she's been offline this whole time. But that's OK, because Field Service Lightning Mobile was built offline first, all of her actions have been saved. And once she restores connectivity, all of those actions will be automatically uploaded and synced into the system, so she's got the confidence that her job will not have been done in vain, and she can enjoy an ice-cold Coca-Cola on her way to her next job. And that's the power of using Salesforce for service and delivering smarter and more proactive customer service experiences using the Salesforce customer service platform. Thank you.